For thousands of years, there's been a secret sealed under a massive mound of earth in China. It's the tomb of the country's first emperor, and even today, no one has dared to open it.
Just think about that. For over 2,200 years, this place has been completely undisturbed. It's a perfect time capsule, guarded by legend, history, and a very, very real sense of fear.
So what's the holdup? I mean, with all of our incredible modern technology, why have we just left it alone? What could possibly be inside that has scientists and historians so spooked? Well, to start, the sheer scale of this project is just mind-boggling. Ancient texts say it took a workforce of 700,000 people, all forced laborers, to build this massive underground kingdom. And we're not just talking about a burial chamber. The entire complex stretches for nearly 38 square miles. That's bigger than many modern cities. It's an absolutely staggering vision for one man's afterlife. So, to really understand the tomb, you first have to understand the man who built it. An emperor whose obsession with power in this life was maybe only matched by his crippling fear of death. He was born Ying Zheng, and he became king of the Qin state when he was just 13. But ruling one kingdom, yeah, that was never going to be enough. By 221 BC, he'd done what everyone thought was impossible. He conquered all of his rivals and unified China, declaring himself Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. And you know, the planning for this tomb, his afterlife project, started the very moment he took the throne.
His need for control was just on another level. He standardized everything: a single writing system, a national currency, even the width of axles on carts so the roads would be uniform. He connected existing walls to create the very first Great Wall, building a brand new empire designed for perfect, centralized control.
But this brilliant, ruthless man who controlled millions had one enemy he just couldn't beat. He became obsessed with living forever, sending out expeditions to find magical elixirs, and even drinking mercury because he thought it would grant him immortality. So, his tomb, that was his ultimate plan B.
Now, while the emperor's central tomb is still sealed tight, an absolutely stunning discovery nearby gave us our first huge clue about what he was planning for the afterlife. An entire army just waiting for his command. And the way it was found is an incredible story in itself. It's 1974, and a few local farmers are just trying to dig a new well. Suddenly, they hit something hard. It turns out to be a piece of carved clay. They keep digging, and they slowly realize they've stumbled onto one of the greatest archaeological finds in human history. What they found was an army. Over 8,000 life-size terracotta soldiers buried in perfect battle formation for centuries. And maybe the most amazing part, so far, no two faces they've found are exactly alike. And it wasn't only soldiers. They found generals, archers, and cavalry, sure, but also clay acrobats, musicians, and government officials. He wasn't just bringing an army with him. He was literally recreating his entire kingdom, complete with real bronze weapons that are still sharp after 2,000 years. But this discovery also came with a devastating lesson. When they were first unearthed, the warriors were covered in these vibrant, lifelike colors. But within minutes, just minutes, of being exposed to the air, the ancient paint just cracked, flaked away, and vanished, leaving behind the plain gray clay we see today. And that catastrophic loss is a huge reason why everyone is so cautious about the main tomb. So, let's get to the heart of the mystery, the central tomb itself and the ancient warnings of what lies inside. About a century after the emperor's death, a historian named Sima Qian wrote this unbelievably detailed description of the tomb. He claimed it contained a map of the entire empire, but with rivers and oceans made of flowing liquid mercury. For centuries, people just dismissed it as a fantastic legend. And then, modern science put the legend to the test. Soil samples taken from the mound around the tomb showed mercury levels that were way higher than normal. All of a sudden, the ancient historian's account didn't seem so mythical anymore. He might have been telling the literal truth. And if there really are rivers of mercury sealed inside, then over 2,000 years, that whole chamber has probably filled up with a colorless, odorless, and highly toxic mercury vapor. Opening the tomb could release a lethal, invisible cloud of poison.
And if that wasn't enough, Sima Qian also warned about a second line of defense: booby traps. He described automated crossbows, all rigged to fire on any intruders. Now, it's impossible to know if they could still work, but the idea of deadly traps, designed by the best engineers of the ancient world, adds another layer of extreme risk.
So this all brings us to the modern dilemma.
We know exactly where the tomb is. We have pretty strong evidence about what might be inside. But the decision of what to do next, well, that's one of the biggest debates in archaeology today.
And you can really see both sides, can't you? Opening it could reveal unimaginable history and answer so many questions. But we could also instantly destroy what's inside, just like with the terracotta warrior's paint. We could face deadly poisons and ancient traps. But leaving it sealed also has risks, like damage from earthquakes or even looting. For now, the general agreement is to wait. Wait for technology that might let us see inside without ever breaking the seal.
So, the first emperor's secrets remain safe, leaving us all with a final, really profound question. Is the knowledge we might gain worth the risk of losing it all forever? For now, the tomb stands as this powerful monument to one man's incredible attempt to conquer even death itself.